Er kommt aus Essen, ficht bei Bellum Nobile in Düsseldorf. Ja, da habe ich den auch kennengelernt. Ultra schnell. Ja. Sein Name ist Daniel Schuppi Schupka. Okay, und jetzt kommt ein Fechter, den kenne ich eigentlich nur vom Namen, habe ihn gerade heute zum ersten Mal kennengelernt, aber den Namen habe ich schon echt oft gehört. Ja. Ich mache jetzt seit 12 Jahren HEMA und den Namen höre ich echt schon seit 12 Jahren. Ja. Der ficht sein halbes Leben lang, er hat uns nicht gesagt, wie alt er ist. Sehr nice. Okay, die beiden Fechter, die kennen sich auch. Und ich habe gehört, die haben mal irgendwie ein Match verpasst. Das heißt, jetzt ist irgendwie Rematch, ja, für dieses verpasste Gefecht von Swart und Steen aus Delft in den Netherlands. On Netherlands corner up there. Okay, and his name is Arto Farmer. Okay, so I'm super excited for the match. Have fun up there, have fun in the interwebs. Let's go.
So this will be a really nice match. Good matchup. And I'm eager to see them fight.
We have the tall guy, Arto, against an even taller guy, Daniel.
Even taller.
Even taller. But I think this can either be a very technical fight or it can be a wrestling match.
Yeah, I think we should weight the hate of a fighter against its score in a match. Maybe that would be fair.
Fighters ready.
No.
No.
Fight.
Here we go.
Halt.
A thrust to the face from Arto. I don't think Daniel hit yet.
He hit. He stopped.
Yeah, he stopped his hit,
Double
I
hit,
think.
2 points each. Fight.
Ah. Arto is slowing down the pace.
Hands. No points.
Good tactic against Daniel.
Fight.
Yes. Arto deliberately striking with slower strikes so that Daniel
Halt.
slows down. But here Daniel sped up and hit
Time.
through a strike at Arto, but Arto reposted apparently. The judge is discussing now. It was very difficult to see. Did Chupi hit Arto with the first strike or did he not? It's 2-2, so it's an equal score. Very tight match for now. A difficult decision.
There was a strike to the head by Green with an afterblow, which was also worth 8 points. So there is 1 point Green.
Well seen from the judge.
Fight.
Okay, here they go. Arto putting on pressure. Nice defense, and I think both hit on the hands.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the exchanges start very clean, very technical, and then they just have the same idea, and then it gets, yeah.
And then it gets, but you can also see they are starting the fight, they have the exchange, and both fighters then decide
to
what
the
they
arm
do or
by
what they
green,
won't
1
do
point green.
in exact that second. And you
Fight.
can see them switching their techniques while fighting.
Yeah, Arto putting on a lot of pressure.
Oh!
A slow strike from Arto, no follow-up. I think Daniel was good in hitting Arto.
Both fighters,
Strike with
very
flat,
clean
no
posture,
points.
very clean techniques.
Fight
I
is-
like this fight very much so far.
Here you go again.
Out!
Arto clearly making the exchanges seen. Fighting
1
very
point,
clear for the
white.
judges.
Fight! Out!
Yeah,
Strike
sneaky
to the
hands hit.
by green. 1 point.
But Arto is making big movements, which makes it easier to predict,
Fight!
and then you can get hand sniped. Here, Arto using his distance,
Out!
and Daniel didn't see that coming. A strike from
Strike
Arto
to
from
the
a
torso
strange
by
angle.
green is 2 points green.
Oh, but
Fight!
Daniel hit before. Daniel getting 4 points ahead.
Oh,
A wrestling action from Arto,
and
Out!
and he marks the point.
yeah, nearly a disarming. I'm not
Time.
sure about how I would judge that.
He didn't put a point in, but I think you can call this dominance.
Yes.
Daniel gave him the look, and he relaxed because he couldn't do anything.
I think even the fighters agree what happened. I think Arto should get a point for that, but it's also a very hard decision to make in such a great fight.
Yeah, as a judge, it's difficult to do because the green fighter gave up. So, what to do with it? Because technically there wasn't a point on the green fighter. The sword wasn't touching. But I think this can be scored as a dominance in wrestling, which is 2 points.
We were very close to a situation that we could call dominant, but under the rule set of tonight, there wasn't any. No points in this exchange.
Yeah, the judge rules it no dominance.
Very
Fight.
true to the rules.
Again, a hand hit with an afterblow to the face. Afterblows cannot score.
Slag, nach slag.
Daniel
No
Chupi
points.
is finding the hands of Arto, which
Fight.
they open up when you make your movement so big. Arto held his strike short because Daniel was showing the back of the head.
That's very sportsmanship.
I hope that Arto gets his points for this.
This was nearly something. No points in this exchange. Nice restraint for not hitting
Yeah.
the back of the head. Thank you for that.
Very sportsmanlike for Arto.
Hey.
The last exchange, 7-3,
exchange.
4-point difference.
Halt.
Oh, hands, heads, what will he get?
I
Strike
should
to the head by
think he
white.
should get the
2
head.
points
He
white.
And
gets
he
the
got
2
it.
points. But he already got stolen, I think 4 points, 2 for the wrestling because Daniel gave up and Arto accepted the dominance, but the judge didn't. Then 2 points for hitting the head, but he held his strike short because he didn't want to hit the back of the head.
Also, hitting back of the head is denied by rule set, so hard decision.
Hard decision for the judge. But yeah, it's now a score of 7-5, close calls. 2 points difference. It can go either way. I think in the later half, Arto was getting a little bit more dominance, but it wasn't yet reflected in the points. I think this is a very clear match, a very nice match.
It's very enjoyable to watch.
Arto, I think Arto's philosophy is to coming with a big, clear attacks that the opponent will be forced to handle, and then work from there with his windings and with his striking around.
Also, what we could see just now is Arto's coached by Aline, who was coached by him respectively earlier, and Daniel's coached by Marek, who we saw fighting in the first round.
Yes, being a HEMA couple makes it easy to find coaches.
Did I hear a bit of an envy there?
Yeah, I really envy Chupi and his boyfriend. Again, a hands hit from Chupi. I think, yeah, making the big movements from Arto opens up the hands. It's clearly seen here. But can Arto find the pressure? Again, a hands hit. I don't think Arto landed, but let's see what the judge say.
No, the hit from Daniel was just too fast. It was right in between of the hit, and Arto did stop, or he would have landed an afterblow, but a tiny bit too late.
Yeah, the judge counts this as an afterblow. They deem the quality high enough.
That's fine for me.
I can live with it. Again, a hand hit.
A very sneaky one.
Strike to the hands by
Yeah, but
Green.
still Arto is making big motions, so
Yeah, but if it's its game, and I mean the big motions are clearly to see, they are really nice to look at from an audience point of view, and the judges can make a good ruling by it. What Daniel does here is, clearly, he's also doing big motions if he wants to, but there are a lot of sneaky little in-betweens, and Arto is very, very sportsmanlike by keeping his game, by keeping clear technique, by keeping clear posture and clear fights.
yeah, but if you get hit in the hands, you can't.
Yeah, that's shit.
If you lose a hand, the posture also stops. Yeah, I think Daniel is adapting to Arto's game and is finding the hands, finding the timings. Arto is, yeah, playing the timing weirdly. He's making it very obvious what he's gonna do, and Daniel can easily time him.
We can't make heads or tails of it, so I'm calling an unclear exchange.
Unclear exchange.
Heck. Halt!
Nice feint from Daniel and a hit to the head. I think Arto lost a little bit of his confidence and went more into the defensive. But if you make big motions in the defense, yeah, you're gonna get hit.
Halt.
Here Arto went on the offense, a clear attack, up, pulled short, and Daniel took that as an invitation to strike back.
But the judge sees the thrust of Arto as a hit.
We're calling
Yeah, but
2
did
points
Chupi
wide.
also land a hit?
Uh.
No, only Arto landed a hit.
Halt.
Daniel avoided the attack,
Time.
maybe, or did it land? It may be counted as a slice,
Yeah, they are discussing it.
but I think there, if you count it as a slice, yeah, Daniel also kind of missed, so maybe he also has a slice. Very difficult to judge.
Maybe you should just say unclear exchange.
I think this is a good case for an unclear exchange.
Into a cut.
Yeah, just like you said.
Afterblow missed. So we're going for 2 points.
Yeah,
wide.
I agree. If the thrust from Daniel misses, then the cut will be too late. It's a good call by the judge.
Yeah.
Very dangerous of Daniel for
Yeah.
turning the back of the head.
There were a couple of those actions by
The
now.
second time
and
already.
That's dangerous.
I saw a hit to the head by Green, followed by an
And
afterblow.
Arto always
thrust
has
to the
back if a
throat.
hit is
That
not
makes
clean.
it 1 point Green.
Green standing 2 points ahead of White now. 11-9. Yeah, nice thrust of Arto. Daniel a little bit too confident, a little bit too at ease.
Good action, good timing there.
A thrust to the torso, followed by an afterblow, makes 1 point White. Fight!
Okay, 1 point difference, 17 seconds left on the clock.
Still,
First parry was good, second parry was not good enough. I think it was shoulder and not head.
I think it's the second round of 3, so we have.
This makes it 2 points Green.
It was seen as a hit to the head. Daniel standing 3 points ahead. We're going to the last exchange.
Fight!
Arto needs to come back.
Out!
A little bit of a turcopter action into wrestling. I think he hit the arm.
If the wrestling would go through, it would be very nice. There could be a disarming out of
But
it.
I think the distance was a little bit too big to go for wrestling.
Yeah, he was with. He grabbed the sword, but he had to stop.
And
on a hit.
also, Daniel was near the edge of the map, so it could have been a ring out.
Yeah, but I really liked the action there. The grab to the sword grab was very clean, very straightforward, very quick.
Now, we already know the helicopter,
There was
in
a
which you just
touch by
do
Green to the
twerk, twerk,
master,
twerk,
which
twerk.
redeemed.
Yeah, but
And
then
we
there
were
was a
not
grab.
Yeah,
enough.
Arto did twerk, twerk, and instead of going into the helicopter of death,
Strike by White
he
to
went
the
into a
hand.
grappling. That's very refreshing to see. The
Yes.
technical expertise to just break off your chain
Yes.
and then go into something different.
To switch the tension in your body that way, that quickly, is very hard to do.
Yeah. 2 points difference.
I just love twerkopters.
We got a guest commentary right now here. He want to say something.
Yeah, I just want to say that I love twerkopters, so
Who
That's alright for me.
guessed who could say that? Write it in the comments, please, now. We already saw him here today.
I think Arto is also a big proponent of controlled fencing, and I think that's exactly what he's showing here. Very controlled fencing. In my opinion, he loses a lot of speed because of that, but yeah,
30 seconds.
the score is still competitive, so I guess it's working for him.
And we're up again in just a couple of seconds.
Okay, the last round is starting
Fight
now.
ready?
2 points difference in the advantage of
Table ready?
Chupi, the green fencer.
The other tall guy.
Fight. Out.
Arto's tried to grapple but couldn't get a hold of the sword, so Daniel
Attempted
was
dominance,
able to counter it.
but a ring out.
There again here, a similar approach as
But Daniel ran too far back and got ringed out.
that's nice. But
Any
again here,
contact with
same
sword
approach
was
as
out.
the ending of the last round, strike into distance and
Fight.
then grab for the sword.
Nice setup. Too busy fainting that he didn't see the counterattack coming.
Strike to the head by Green. 2 points. Green.
Point difference of 3 points in the advantage of the green fencer Chupi. Again a ring out.
Out.
I think the judge heard me. Daniel again stepped out of the ring.
But what was clearly seeable here was the setup for the ringing. It was an Oberhau followed by a counter Oberhau by Daniel, but that got parried one-handed by
For the
Arto.
benefit of the audience.
I like that also. Very
Ring
clean
out
setups.
heißt, man kommt neben die Ring. Und heute sind wir da ganz direkt auf. You only need to get out of the ring a few centimeters for it to be called. There was a ring out, White was outside the ring. This is 1 point for Green. Yes? Fighters? Fight!
Okay.
Out!
Thrust to the hands, I think. After blow was too late.
There was
Okay,
a thrust
4
to
point
the arm.
difference in the advantage of
After
green.
blow in this case was a little bit too late.
Yes.
1 point.
And now a 3 point difference. 1 minute 40 on the clock.
Fight!
Why did Gabe just 1 point? I thought it was...
So the thrust to the hands.
Ah, okay, bad.
And that was a thrust to the face.
Yeah.
That's how the scoring works. Hits to the hands, 1 point. Hits to the face, 2 points.
Fight!
The torso is also 2 points, and all the rest is 1 point.
Out!
Yeah.
That was the twerkopter. Arto is getting more
And a double.
aggressive now. Yeah, but I think the first 2 were clean, and then the third one was a double.
There was a strike by
Let's
White,
see
but
when
I
he-
also
when he
saw an
cuts.
after blow. There are no points in this exchange.
The judge
Double.
deemed it as a afterblow. Nice timing from Daniel. Arto went in with an obvious move, and Daniel predicted it.
Yeah, nicely, nice dive to the left, followed by an underswerk or underhaul. Depends how you see it.
So I'm awarding 2 points Green.
Okay, green is 3 points ahead. 40 seconds on the clock. Arto needs to make something happen. That's something.
That was very clean something. Nice thrust to the face, followed
Okay.
by a clear parry.
Defense against
Only
the after
1
blow,
point
2 points White.
behind Arto, the white fencer.
Fight!
He's picking up the speed. Oh, he overcommitted with the thrust. Daniel countered. What will the judges say?
Green, 1 point Green.
Okay, 2 points difference. Last exchange.
Last exchange. Out!
And a double.
Yep.
Firstly, since I called last exchange well, there was already a exchange commencing. I will open this up for one final exchange.
One more exchange because the last exchange call was falsy.
Time.
Yeah. And now they have to discuss the scoring. If I look at the flags, it should be 1 point for Arto, but let's see what the judges say after discussing.
Very close call here. Arto making a lot of pressure to getting these last 2 points go ahead of Daniel.
There's still a 2-point advantage for Daniel right now.
Strike to the arms by white and an afterblow by green makes no points in that exchange. One final exchange.
Arto can still make an equalizer if he gets 2 points this exchange. Daniel just needs any hit in, any hit.
This is really tense here. You can see the fighters, how eager they are to bring this home. Arto who has just to land one clear hit to the head, to the body, and Daniel who has just to defend something. Yeah,
in the last couple of exchanges we saw that Arto was giving up a little bit of control for the more fast attacks. Oh, a wrestling and...
Yeah.
Okay, was the hit on the hand or on the face?
That doesn't matter, disarm, grappling.
It wasn't a disarm, it was a thrust.
Yeah,
one-handed thrust.
It was thrust, but it was...
Control with a thrust
Control.
by white. 2 points. White.
2 points, it's an equalizer. We go to the final round. Perfect matchup, perfect match. Golden points.
It would seem that we have finished now with the same amount of points at both sides. This is a draw. This means we're going into sudden death. The first person to gain an advantage will win the match.
What I was looking for, the word was dominance. Goosebumps, man. Goosebumps.
Okay. Someone's getting goosebumps here.
Ready?
Again,
Judge
some
ready.
commentary out of the
Fight is ready.
I don't think anyone is not getting
Fight!
goosebumps. Okay. Oh, watch out for me now. Yeah, the
Out!
hand hit decides the game. Arto going too big with his movements, cannot counter the hand hits. Perfect game plan in the last exchange for Daniel.
Nice match of both fighters.
Congratulations with the fight. It was a very nice fight. We had a lot of comments congratulating on the clean fight. Yeah, I think you started off, Arto. I think you started off fairly slowly with big movements. With your standard Arto style fencing with very clear actions. And then near the end, you accelerated into a full-fledged, full-speed game. Why did you take that order?
I tried to start at a pace that I think will keep me safe from what is currently happening. So if Daniel's still far away, I have half a second to be safe. So I'll just take the center. And then at the end, I was able to gauge a bit more what you were doing, what you were responding to, and what not. So in order to make the fight as clear as possible, I tried to emphasize my threat, make it larger and a bit faster. to ensure that we had a logical first contact and not a double hit.
Yeah.
So that we would not miss each other in the fight. That happened, and that led to exchanges in which he beat me in more exchanges than I did him.
Yeah.
So I was happy with the overall fight because that at least made it, I think, very clear and relatively safe.
Yeah. The big motions also, I think, gave openings for Daniel to snipe the hands.
Sometimes yes, but I was more waiting for his attack and trying to counter it because most of the time we started relatively far away.
Yep.
So we had some moments to wait when somebody was attacking. It was quite large and you need some time to really close it, and this allowed you to react. And
Exactly.
my way here was a bit to counterfight and wait for your response and then search for an opening while being relatively safe. At some point I was aware that I think there were quite some ring outs that I was staying way too close to my ground. They were always coming to me and and even when I counter, sometimes I countered with head, but there was a ring out. It was,
Yeah. I tried to press in to make sure that my threat was clear. And because you were waiting and trying to give yourself time, I tried to limit your time and space to work. Because you took the Naag deliberately. So I thought, if you're going to do that, I'm going to take as much space as I can get away with. And then that narrowed the fight to the back of the ring, I think.
I think 1 or 2 times it was extremely well when we were coming with a straight thrust while closing your distance. You get me very clear to the throat or to the body, and I was not able to counter. And those were really nice things. Sometimes also backfire because then when you are really jumping in, you commit yourself strongly, and I could use this one.
Absolutely. And you did that so well that you kept yourself safe. So at least the engagement there made sense because it avoided the double hit.
Yeah.
So I'm perfectly happy with you acknowledging my attack and then dealing with it so beautifully because it means that we're fighting the same fight. Yeah. And in that, you bested me today. So that is a great outcome, I'd say.
One thing which will make really nice, I think once my sword really covered my hand and got a really good dominance. This was a really nice exchange. I remember that.
I tried it several times, but I had to work really hard for it, and that's why it almost never happened, because you were able to keep yourself safe from that situation most of the time, almost every single time.
Once it worked out for you perfectly well, I think once or twice it failed completely.
Absolutely.
It's the game. Not anything all the time works, especially when we're dealing with a really good fighter.
Yeah, I found that problem, dealing with a really good fighter.
It's not a problem. I think it's also the good part here, because then it makes more fun.
Yeah.
Okay, and then maybe some of the more controversial, it's not really controversial, but there was one exchange where I think, Daniel, you showed the back of your head, and I think, Arto, if you remember, you deliberately stopped early not to hit him there. Was it? Yeah, in the second round, indeed. But yeah, you didn't get points for it. So, what's your commentary on that?
That we were able to continue the fight without anyone getting hit in the back of the head. So, I really don't care about not getting points.
Yeah.
I was able to not hit him in the back of the head and avoid any accidents. So, I'd much rather have a rematch next year than a chance at a more serious accident. So, for me, the outcome of no contact is the one I favor, and then the points are just another matter. They really don't matter as much as a human being.
Okay, very well said. I think, yeah, there was also the exchange, the grappling exchange, in which I think you had a clear dominance, and Daniel, you kind of acknowledged it and stopped fencing, after which the judges called break. Should the judge have given you points for it, or given Arto points for it? Or?
I think yes.
Yes?
But I think it's difficult for the judge to really see everything, especially in grappling. Because then you're really close, you're turning a lot around, it's difficult to see this one.
Yeah.
So I can understand if a judge say it's not clear from here, because it's difficult. This situation, I like this Tunis rules where you are able to acknowledge as a fighter if the other ones get a point.
Yeah.
I think there are kind of caption of rule sets like this, and I always like these fights because then I have the feeling it's also getting more friendly, more clear, and better.
Yeah.
Because I myself see way often if I get hit, then the judges and it helps. And also I think it helps also to the atmosphere of these fightings, because the people then are more like friendly and really want, if they are allowed to show, and they show, hey, I got hit there, you get points. It's getting more beautiful, because the people are not only saying, hey, I want this point for everything, but it's about, I want to have a good fight.
Yeah,
The words are clear.
And that's a whole discussion that can be discussed about, because there are good points for, good points again, but we're not going to do that here. But yeah, thanks for your inputs. Then I think, Arto, one final question is like, what made you decide to go full speed in the last 4 exchanges? Was it the point difference, or was it just feeling comfortable?
I was not going full speed. I was going more speed. I was trying to make the action clear. Yeah. But because Daniel was not going full speed either, that it was right to scale up. So I think we actually matched our intensities quite well, and I think that neither of us went full speed without taking any precaution to not seriously hurt the other person. So why I went up was to emphasize what I was doing, to make it really, really clear, because when I was moving a little bit slower and more deliberate, Daniel was puzzling a different game. So I tried to make sure that our fight was as connected as I could influence, at least.
Sorry to interrupt. Just to make sure, you know there's an after party. Perfect.
Yeah.
And I think also full speed has its own, it has really advantage, has a disadvantage. If you're full speed and full committing, then an parry riposte or an upset works way better. Because you are not so controlled, you cannot just pull back. When you are not full speed and can still move a little bit back. So it's, you get maybe more fast, but you lose a bit control, I would say.
And I think we agreed on the level of control that we liked to show, and I'm very happy with that.
Okay. I think, that's a very nice conclusion to this interview. Thank you both for the nice fights, and Daniel, congratulations on winning the fights. Are there any last words you want to say?
Let's fight again, let's have fun.
Yeah, until the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you and have a nice evening.